Good morning to you. How are we doing today? Allow me to give a huge vote of gratitude to Christian Goldhouse and the facilitators to this conference for allowing me to show up and actually share how you can scale that mountain. And I'm gonna focus today's today's talk on personal branding because there are different ways that we are blessed in order to reach and scale our mountains, to reach our mountaintops, and to view the blessings that we receive and enjoy them. And personal branding, in my humble opinion, is one of them. And I'm going to focus that personal branding on social media. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Syl Kalungi. I am a mother, a wife. I'm a business transformational and high performance coach based right here in Liverpool. And I love helping marketers, entrepreneurs, business owners to leverage the digital space, leverage social media, and organize your offers, your products, your services, target the right people, and build a business that loves and serves your lifestyle by the grace. I am a three-time author actually, and we are going to be publishing our fourth book with a group of 24 other women in the next few months. So I'm very excited about that. You can find my books on Amazon when you type in my full name, Julie Sylvia Kalungi, and you will be able to also download a copy of the winning planner, for which I'll give you a special link for today. That resource is going to be helping you to actually organize yourself, to be more targeted, to be more focused, to be mindful of your time, and to create and save more time so that you can have more awake time than work time in the day and enjoy the grace and blessings that you have on this planet, in this life. The book that planner usually costs $14.99 on Amazon. You will receive that planner for $10.99. I've reduced it by 5, and that should also plus your Amazon postage, or you can receive it as a digital download for exactly £7.99, and you will receive it almost instantly in your email, and you can download it. You can print off as many copies as you want, and you'll never have to buy the resource again because you have it on tap. Okay, so let's talk about personal branding, right? We are gifted. We are all gifted. Now I'm going to take you on a journey, and I want you to all close your eyes, and I can see you. If you not close your eyes, wow, you are saying you do not deserve your blessings. So everyone, close your eyes. Imagine you are 90 years old. Yes, we are going to go there. So fast forward in your mind, in your thoughts, in your brains, in every single cell in your body that it's your 90th birthday. That means you are believing that you are going to have a healthy, wealthy 90 years. Well, whatever age you are, add on whatever number you need to get to 90, right? Now imagine, what do you look like? What does it feel like? What are you doing? What is your story? Is it amazing? Or is it filled with regret, anger, I shoulda, woulda, coulda done X, Y, Z? Is that picture vivid in your mind? Okay, don't open your eyes yet. I'm going to take you on a different walk. We're going to walk down a different path altogether. Imagine you're celebrating the 90th milestone on a beach or a mountain top. It's up to you. I prefer the beach, so I'll take you down the beach. You are on a jet ski. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your friends are all watching on the beach. You have actually funded their presence on that beach. They are waving at you as you are heading for the beach on a power jet ski. And just before you hit the sand, you slam on the brakes and spray everyone with water. And everyone's clapping and laughing, and you don't even look a day of 50. Right? Is that the kind of dream that you dream about, or is it out of your reach? Or it can be a reality if you believe. Now, all of you here are believers, or so you think. But most of you don't actually walk your faith. So let's look at standing in your way at getting to 90, wealthy, in vibrant health, living the dream. And the answer is you. Your habits. You blend in. You settle in. You don't stand out as you were created to. You have a gift, you have a talent. We all do. And yes, I'm sure you've heard this before, that the cemetery is packed full of talent. It's the richest place on the planet. But why is that? Because talent without practice and skill is just a talent. It is that talent that was buried in the ground waiting for the master to return. The question is, how do we turn things around? That's what we are going to talk about today. I'm going to give you some practical steps. I'm going to give you some hints of some spiritual steps, because there are some powerful, amazing men and women here who can give you more of the spiritual food. I'm here to give you the practical, day-to-day recipe that you can go and mix and cook in your kitchen and come up with an amazing brand called you. And I will start that journey with another story that most of you have either looked at every day, looked at regularly, or you have read it. What is that mountain Ararat in your life? Now, if you don't know Mountain Ararat, Pastor Sapong, you need to do better work. You need to actually do a better job. So, if you do know what Mountain Ararat is, you are with me. Let's go. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a topic in a way that you have never heard before. What do we remember Noah for? And again, I'm sure you all know Noah. And we remember him for building an ark as an assignment from God, right? He did all he was instructed to do, despite his own rational conditioning at the task that he was given to do. It sounded foolish, it sounded weird, it sounded irrational. Most of the people he told laughed him out of town until the rain came. Are you one of the people that laughed Noah out of town? Or did you get on that boat, on that ark, to get to Mount Ararat? What do you want to be remembered for? Because Noah is remembered for building an ark. Something that, most Christians up and down the globe remember him for. And we kind of forget that and we just let it go, right? But today I want you to tap into that Noah gift in you, your faith, your being, your spirit. She or he has been giving you whatever you ask for like clockwork. Oftentimes, his or her guidance sounded like foolishness. And most of you know me as a she Noah. Because I have built my ark from scratch. I am on the slope of Mount Ararat. Isn't it time you built an ark? Overcame the challenges in your life, scaled your mountain, and got to your victory, a winner, a survivor, a true believer in the divine power you were created for. You have focused on the rational for years, even as you pray daily for the miraculous. What is your Mount Ararat? What do you wish to achieve in this life? Whatever it is, you can build your brand around it, your ministry, your charity, your career, enterprise, etc. Whatever. Today I will give you the essential steps to do that in the digital space. Now, in order to do that, to scale your mountain, you need to build a personal brand. Now, you must be wondering, what's a personal brand? Some of you know what a personal brand is. You have had it from different tutors, trainings, books you've read, videos you've tuned into, whatever. But in my humble opinion, it is self-packaging. It is self-packaging based on your skills, your knowledge, your talent, your products, your services. In other words, your offerings. When you create your personal brand, you are in the spotlight. You are the top cut. You are the CEO. And each and every single one of you, whether you are in employment or you are the boss, you are the CEO. Because when you are in employment, you apply for a contract. You sign the contract. You are in charge of your specific spot in the conveyor belt that is your workplace. You are in charge of your success, nobody else, you. And if you are the CEO, you're in charge of making sure everybody else gets paid. So in business and many other places, you start out on your own. You are solo. And that can be hard. And in one of the movies I've watched of Noah building the ark, he actually built the ark with his family. And at some point, the family also gave up on him and he was building the ark with the animals. They were actually helping him build the ark. But I hope in your case you'll actually have some people building you after you. As your business, ministry, charity grows, you expand to build a team, hiring and outsourcing tasks and getting support in, or in a bid to expand your reach, influence, and brand further. In between all that are challenges, potholes, doubts, fears, self self doubt, limiting beliefs. You name it. The challenges, the people laughing you out of town, the people telling you it will never work, yourself telling yourself it will never work, your brain telling you it's too hard. You name it, you're gonna face them all. And I'll tell you one thing that should help you to stick the course. When you get to a pothole in the road and you're the driver, you don't turn around and say, I found a pothole, I'm going back home. You just literally by instinct either skirt around the pothole or slow down, go through the pothole and keep going. So I'm wanting to encourage you to do that in your life, in your career, in your business, in your marriage, in your spirit, in your physical fitness, whatever it is you are aiming to achieve, because if you do, you'll get to the top of your ROI. So, do you need to brand you? Isn't it just for businesses? You know, those Nikes, Adidas, Gold Digger, Skechers, Coca-Cola, all those brands, Louis Vuitton, Calvin Klein. It's not for me. It's not for you. I mean, is it for Patricia? Is it for Paul? Is it for Peter? Is it for Bishop Tani? Who is it for? Well, I'll tell you. Like I said before, when you apply for a job, you sign a contract, you essentially become the CEO of your career, and those who brand themselves, get personal coaching, and add value to themselves consistently, scale the career ladder and mountain higher, faster, and get to the top of that mountain to management and higher. Directors, associates, CEOs, executives, you name it. And they spend their days mostly on golf courses or boardrooms having hot dogs, having tea, and talking about how to manage you. Now, for ministers, charities, and business owners, this is a must. Branding you is a must. Otherwise, how do you stand out for your target audience from everyone else doing ministry, doing charity, or building a business that is similar to you? To build a lasting brand, you must know your core values. Before you go to your core values, I'll give you a very, very recent experience. I attended a business expo right here in Liverpool in the middle of the summer. I was invited by the organizer of the event. Initially, she invited me to be one of the exhibitors, and I kindly and politely turned down the offer. Why? Because I have attended similar events, and I know I would never stand out from anybody. Because most people come to such events to find free entertainment, cheap food, and essentially to just scope out what's being sold and maybe buy something for a pound or a tenner. And so they're not looking to purchase 3,000 to 10,000 pound coaching. So now you could ask me, maybe I should have spoken to the business owners, and I'll tell you most of those are part-timers who do not even for 1 minute think that their business needs more skills, more knowledge in marketing, branding, social media, and digital marketing. They're not looking to get skilled in that space, so they don't actually buy into the idea of that. And so I did not attend as an exhibitor, but I attended as, someone who'd gone to browse to see whether my decision was wrong, because I am curious like that. I wanted to see, did I make the wrong decision, and maybe next year should I be an exhibitor. And I'll tell you my instinct, which I encourage all of you to actually tune into more often, because your instinct is your spirit speaking to you. And if you ignore it, it stops to tell you when to go forward and when to stop, and you start to go all over the place. So anywho, we attended the business expo, and the majority of people were at the food stands. The rest of us were watching the show that was kindly put on by the organizer. One of the things I wouldn't do at a business expo is put on a show in the middle of the organizer of the whole event, because nobody will be focused on the exhibitors who have paid to be part of your business expo. This is not an entertainment expo, it's a business expo. And so when you put on a ton of entertainment bang in the middle of the event, it means the people that have come to the event will be focused on the entertainment, and your exhibitors will not get the business they hoped to get. And I highly doubt that many of them made a return on investment, let alone their money back. Now, I was one of the observers enjoying the show, and at some point, a friend and I walked around the hall, talked to a few exhibitors or two, um, and headed straight for the food corner. We bought some food, we got back to our table, and we carried on enjoying the show. And one of the exhibitors we spoke to literally said this to me: "Please, I beg you, buy from me." I felt so sorry for this woman because she had no other way to stand out other than to ask, to beg, to plead with exhibitors to buy from her. And obviously, she was basing her plea on knowing us, in passing, but she did know us. And that's not how you stand out and attract customers to you, or members to your ministry, or givers and donators to your charity. So I'm going to walk you through what you need to have. And that is, top of that list are your core values, because your whole brand is built around these core values. And not just your brand, but your life rises or stagnates according to your core values. So what are those? I'm going to walk you through the top ones that I know. In front of you on the screen, you're going to see a ton of them. I'm not going to read them all out because there are quite a few, but I'm sure you see them. And for those of you that are here and you sign up to my newsletter, you will receive this whole presentation as a downloadable, so you can revisit it and you can take it. And if you are one of those people that decide that you're going to invest in you for just $10, you will actually get a replay of this video, a couple other trainings I did on personal branding, going a little bit deeper on branding, and obviously the downloadable. Just $10, and this is just to see who of you is actually serious about branding you. So, and if you are building, and I know some of you here are building teams in the direct selling industry, if you are one of those people, I'd encourage you and challenge you to buy one for each of your team. Buy a package for your team members as well. Again, there'll be a resource where you can sign up at the bottom of this conference hall, and it's all digital. I'm a digital marketer, and we will get you registered very quickly. Or you can go down to the hall and talk to Dr. Kalungi. He's doing the registration right now. He's my partner in blessings, and you will see all these in front of you. Or you can be writing them down. Some people are good like that. They'll be like, I'm not buying anything today, so I'm just gonna write all these things down. I'm gonna pay attention to Jimmy, write everything down, and then I'll go practice it. Again, to all you all right. That's what the Spirit says. When you ask, you are given. And so, whatever you're asking right now, you're given. So, core values: accomplishment, health, honesty, humility, selflessness, self-respect, service, significance, spirituality, truthfulness, teamwork, vitality, pleasure, abundance, personal growth, loyalty, nature, power, prestige, purity, family, forgiveness, excellence, excitement, creativity, determination. You know what your core values are. You can add your own. You can pick some of these. If you didn't even have any core values in your life, you could pick from these. There are hundreds, to be honest. I only picked the ones that have applied to me and in my journey over the past few years, and you can add to that list. There are hundreds. I can tell you every trainer has a list that's probably different or maybe similar to this. Now, here's the deal. Why do you need core values in personal branding? Because with your core values, you can actually go forth and lead with those. You can lead with your core values. You want to lead with honesty. You wanna be accomplished in your life. You wanna be accountable in your life. What are you looking? Do you wanna lead with authority? Are you a family man? Are you passionate and fired up about family? Are you the person who's dedicated to what you do? Are you determined, and you're determined to push on until something happens? Are you into relationship building? Are you a networker? Are you into team building? Are you spiritual? What do you lead? I suggest that you pick 5 of these core values, just 5, and then ask yourself why. Why accomplishment? Why do I want to accomplish something? What do I want to accomplish in life? What does that mean to me? Ask yourself those questions for each core value until you know and you're sure that this is what I want to go forth out in the world and be known by. Your core values make your character, and they also make your brand. and people will get to know your brand based on those values, because people attract people that they relate to, that they resonate with, that they feel a similarity or an assimilation with. And so this is why you want to know what your core values are. And the next thing I'm gonna also touch very briefly on, you want to know your brand colors. Now you might be wondering, why colors? Did Jesus walk around with colors? Did he tell people about colors? Did he have to have specific colors in his ministry to attract thousands of people all over Galilee and Jerusalem? And I'm gonna say, I have no clue. The good book doesn't tell me that Jesus brought colors like this, but research and experience has shown that every brand has a major color, and every brand that stands out has colors that stand out for you. What are your colors? What are your colors? Now, and I'll also tell you something funny. I'm sure Jesus' brand color was white, because he is light. He is the King of light. He's the Lord of light. And so light comes through colors that are white, that are bright, that are golden white, pristine white, crystal white, diamond white, those colors. So I think Jesus' brand color was white. Now, what do colors do? I want you to check out inspiration on colors at a resource called coolers.co. It's right in front of you, and like I said, you will receive this as a downloadable if you want, for free, or you can take a step further and receive a further kind of more detailed training on branding for just a tenner, and you will have a deep understanding of what colors do for you. But in brief, they evoke emotion. People relate to you more. They bring about commonality, attraction, similarity. Different colors have different emotional pulls. Everything in our world is made up of different colors. Some can inspire and excite, while others can actually make us feel low. That's why it's so important that you choose the right colors from your brand. So I want you to visit coolers.co for more color ideas. And I want you to also get a deeper understanding what colors would mean for you. And for those of you that already have a brand, did you use the right colors? Did you ever think about what colors do for you? Did you ever understand that colors may be the reason why you're not attracting the right people? Because you have colors that are not actually your spiritual colors. Every single one of us has a color. It's an aura around us. Your spirit has a color. And I believe that, by the way. I believe that absolutely. So go check out coolers.co for more color ideas. Now, we are going to talk a little bit deeper about colors and what they could mean for you, because different colors have different meanings due to research, practice, experiences. My colors are reds and golds. Gold is a mix of orange and yellows, and a bit of blue. Now, for me, I am strong, I'm fun, I'm youthful, I'm confident. I am loud to some people. I consider myself vibrant, and that's who I am. I also believe I am a powerful influencer and intercessor for other people. So red is my top color. Gold, for some people it's called yellows. As you can see in our logo right there before you are red and gold. I rest my case. Anywho, friendly, energetic, quite unique, positive, upbeat, spirited, all those things actually describe me as a person and describe my husband as well. Happy, sunny, enthusiastic, positive, cheery, and warm. Those are my colors on my husband. Now that the blue comes in because Paul is my partner and he really is a blue-green person. Calm, refreshing, abundant, natural, motivated, airy, calm, credible, reliable, self-serving, trusting, and modern. What are your colors? Even black is a good color. In the spiritual realm, some people say black is a bad color, but they are mixing black with dark. There's some dark forces and black is just a color. Okay, so it's timeless and it's edgy. Look at that. So what are your colors you want to start to actually make sure that every day you step out of your home, you have one of your power colors in your outfit. It could be just a little, addition to your pocket. It could be a handkerchief. It could be your handbag, your shoe, your belt. It could be your top, your bottom, your dress. It could be a scarf. It could be on your hands. It could be anywhere on your body. But that color carries your energy with you, and you will find your better days with your color, right? So, for those of you that are running businesses, we are getting deeper into branding because in order to brand, you're wanting to attract someone who's ideal, someone who represents your core values as well, someone who's your buyer, your customer, your member, your subscriber, your giver, your donator. And as a ministry, for those of you that are in ministry, you're definitely looking to attract your ideal members, your ideal builders and church builders. You want to ask yourself all these questions. And by the way, you don't have to answer all these questions, but there are some questions that will stand out for you and your ministry and your work and your business and career, because those questions that stand out for you, and again, you need to ask theories, you need to ask thoughts, you need to go in and ask which one of these questions actually will help you to go deeper into your brand and make you stand out to the right people for all the right reasons. And there are quite a few questions, but the top questions are the very, very important ones. And I'm going to tell you why they are the top questions that you need to understand. And another question that I'll tell you very, very important, I'll tell you when I get to it. How do you help people? Because you are in ministry, you were called to serve in a specific way. You could be saying that you're a minister. Are you an evangelist? Are you a prophet? Are you a prophetic ministry? Are you just a minister? Are you an intercessor? Are you a prayer warrior? Are you a healer? Are you in deliverance ministry? What are you? So how do you help people? Because you want to stand in that truth. You don't want to pretend to be anything else other than that truth. Now I've focused on ministry, but every single one of you has your own ministry. Are you a healer, aka doctor, nurse, or anything in the medical field? Are you an accountant? Are you a lawyer? Are you a teacher? Are you a farmer? Are you a woodworker, a carpenter? Are you a joiner, a plumber? Are you a tradesman? Are you into education? Are you into personal development? How do you serve people? How do you help them? Who do you help? Or who do you want to help? In other words, who do you serve or want to serve? Very, very important, because that's the kind of person you're going to craft a message around. You're going to show up in your core values to serve that very person. In other words, your core values are their core values. Your wants are their wants. At some point, you were where they are, and now you're a few steps ahead and you can serve them. Why do you want to serve them? Very, very important question, because that's the question that will keep you going even when you hit those potholes, hit those hills, hit those big storms and big waves in your journey. Your why keeps you going. Your why keeps you focused and grounded in your ministry. What would you do all day long if you have the time? Now this, if your answer is not how you serve people, then you get the wrong answer to that, because most of us would love to be on vacation all day, but I can guarantee you, having gone on a month-long vacation somewhere, that at some point you get bored. You're like, okay, I want to do something more productive with my time. So what would you do all day long if you have the time? You need to answer that, and it should be linked with the top 3 questions I just gave you. What life experiences you bring to the table? They will help you to serve people. The best marketers, the best salesmen, the people who make the most impact on other people's lives by serving them from their place of need are people who share their life experiences through stories. They are the storytellers of this world. What do you get amazing results? What do you get amazing results for your clients from? In other words, how do you help people? You see how some of these questions are similar? How do you help them get amazing results? Is the what? What do your friends complain about that you find effortless? So your friends are saying, oh my goodness, I find blogging such a bloody pain, and yet I have to blog because I am running a business. And excuse my German, I do swear sometimes. I'm not gonna pretend. And here's the thing, you find it effortless. I find it effortless to blog. I find it effortless to share content, create content, share content from content. What do you do that your friends find a bit of a mountain to climb? What do your friends say you are great at? What do your friends say when they introduce you? That's very important, because they are already seeing you in that place. That's your brand. They have already seen you both physically and spiritually serving people and helping people in that place. And it's time you saw yourself in that place too. What will you do if you had 5 free hours a week? What would you go out and do? Would you spend that time back in work, or would you spend that time with your loved ones, or serving community, or out doing outreach work? What would you do? What problems do you solve? And you see all those other questions. There are quite a few questions, and I'd like you to go through them one by one and answer them. Now, for you that is really, really looking to change your life, you need to answer these questions, every single one of them, and then you will find that there are 5 of these questions that actually stand out for you. They literally pop out for you. And if you're a spiritual man or woman, you will actually see which questions pop out for you even before you answer them. Now, there are more questions for you. You're wanting to find your ideal member, subscriber, churchgoer, business builder, customer, client, team member. You need to know what problems they're experiencing, because people are driven by pain or pleasure. And if you know that most human beings respond more to pain because they want to avoid something, when you ask somebody what do you want, they usually tell you what they don't want, because people are driven by pain mostly than pleasure, predominantly because most people don't know the pleasure they're missing, so they really don't know. So how does that problem or pleasure or desire, as I like to call it, make them feel? Why do they need your solution so badly? What will happen if they don't find a solution? Because you know that you are partly to blame or to praise if that somebody you know you could help does not get to their solution, and you have the solution and you did not present your message, your story, your experience to them enough for them to buy into your vision and your solution. So all those are more questions you need to ask yourself. Be specific, answer them, and you will find your top 5, and you will be now starting to focus your career, your business, your ministry, your charity, your whatever it is you do, your hobby, your vocation, on those questions, answering them for people. Your marketing material, your messages, everything you put out will be one way or another focused at answering those questions for your target audience, and they in turn will self-select for you because your message speaks their language and they understand you. And for me, that is exactly what it meant that the apostles spoke in tongues and everyone could understand them, because they were speaking the pain and the desire and the problem and answering the questions and giving solutions to people to their problems, and people could hear them give them the answer to their prayer. So, what else do you need in order to brand you? Because everything I've given you does not really talk about the digital space. So, how does the digital space come into play? I'm going to share with you that, because there are several resources you can get started with as a beginner. Some of you are already branding yourselves and you've got some resources in place. But I'm sure what I'm going to share with you, most of these are free, and that they can free you your time, and they can enhance your growth and reaching more people and your day as well. So you must always do market research. That is definitely what a smart human who's building a brand does. Interview people who you believe are your target audience. Interview 10 to 20 people. Even if you've done this before, I'm sure you did it a long time ago and you kind of are struggling in your niche and you have no idea why you're not attracting the people you need to go speak to your people again. Maybe you've strayed off the path. You've strayed off the narrow, straight and narrow. Your aim is to help you develop your career, develop your offers, develop your services, and these should be suitable to those 10 to 20 people. So they are going to help you develop your next offer or service. They are going to help you solve a specific problem or fulfill a desire for them by answering some questions that you give them so that you can serve them from their point of view. You must start as you wish to continue. A lot of people say, I'll start slow, I'll start small, and then I'll increase and I'll scale up. When I say you should start as you wish to continue, I mean root yourself in your core values, root yourself in your unique giftings so that people can recognize you, because we know, and this is biblical, as we within, so without. And so, if you're showing up as the unique divine you, you'll attract the people that are like you, because we attract who we are and what we are, not what we want. Until we are aligned with our core values, with our message, with our divine path, we don't attract what we want. We attract who we are. And if that person is toxic, negative, jealous, envious, mean, backstabbing, gossiper, that's who you're gonna attract. And if you start your business or your career in that direction, you're going to have a miserable time. But if you start as a giving, joyous, uh, kind, merciful, inspired, elevating, uplifter, guider, a light, a beacon, a good helper, a destiny helper, you will start to attract the same people to you in large numbers. So make your appointments with the 10 to 20 people very, very quickly. This you should do in the next 48 to 72 hours maximum. I like to use a resource called youcanbook.me. It is a resource that is digital, it's online, and it's predominantly free. The functionalities you get with the free resource are quite ample. You don't need to buy into the pro until you have created a brand that is bringing in resources and revenue that you can invest in automation deeper. I used to also use Calendly, but it was a bit fiddly. It was also not easy to show other people how to use it. Even I, who is technically a bit savvy, it was a bit fiddly for me to use. And all these resources actually link into your Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar or iLook Calendar if you have those, or you can use your Google Calendar as a resource. All I know is that it's not very professional to tell someone your Google Calendar details, because you would have to give them your Google, sign in. So it is very important that you use other resources that are able to book into your Google Calendar without necessarily exposing your other personal and private calendar entry. Get people to book at least a 15 to 20-minute call with you, purely to ask questions regarding their aims. You are not selling anything on that call. You're purely checking if they are the right fit for you, your services, your products, your offer, your giftings, your skills, and vice versa. In other words, you're qualifying them like a good old college or institution does, and determining if they are the right person for your business, your ministry, your brand, right? So there are some essentials that you need to ask these people as you interview them. And like I said, this should take 15 to 20 minutes. Depending on the answers they're giving you, you are in charge of this conversation. So don't let them like dribble on about their life, their grandparents, their mother, their pet chihuahua, and all that stuff. You are wanting them, so you're guiding them to give you the answers, not what you want to hear, but their truth, but you're guiding that conversation. So what's your biggest challenge or struggle with regards to the problem and desire you're wanting to solve for this person? So fill in that blank. For me, I always ask people, what's your biggest challenge and struggle with regards to marketing and client acquisition? Because that's what I teach people in the digital space. So that's the question I ask people. How long have you had this problem, challenge, or struggle? Some people have just started their business, and so they have no clue where to start, and therefore I know where to point those people. And some people have been at their business for a while and they want to scale up, and I know where to point those people. So it's important to know where someone is coming from so you can meet them at their point of need. What have you done about this aspect? Did it work? If not, why do you think it didn't? You want to know what they've done that didn't work, just in case you recommend the same thing and they'll be like, I wasted my money with this person, or they've wasted my time. So you want to know what they have done so far, and did it work? And if not, why do they think it didn't work? Very, very important, because you want to listen to their answer on that one of the why it didn't work. If someone starts to blame and plays the blame game, you probably might not want them to be in your team, in your business, as your partner, joint venture, or hiring, or still in ministry. Now, if you're in ministry, maybe you're called to help them own and take accountability of their life. But I'm telling you, blame players do not ever accept that they are responsible for anything that happens, whether right or wrong in their life, by the way. So if someone does not want to take responsibility for their success or lack of it, then that person is not someone you want to be a customer to your customer or your team member. If they've ever worked with a coach or a mentor before, like you, ask them if they like the experience, and if not, why? If their challenge was solved, what would that look like? Very important question, because it shows that they know where they want to go and they know how fast they have to go. And so you also know what their dream is, so that you can help them get there, or know that you are not the right person to get them there, and you can point them in the right direction, or let them know that you cannot possibly help them based on the answers they've given you so far. You are looking to help them achieve their goals, not to just get them to pay you to do what they need to do whatever. Your job is to listen, take notes, and tune into what resonates, because that person that you're asking questions is out there in thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of people waiting for you to serve them and show up in their space. They're hanging out in the digital world, on social media, in various communities online, Twitter communities, LinkedIn communities, Pinterest communities, Facebook groups. Every country has different digital communities they create. And if you hang out in those places and you speak the right language, having followed the questions and created content based on the answers these people give you, you know what language to speak for the other person that is meant to be your target audience or customer. Thank them for helping you to do some research and ask them whether they'd be interested to hear from you when your product is developed and launched, or when your ministry is launched, or when your church is launched. Whatever it is you are doing your market research for, you thank them and you invite them to be a part of that community when it is done. And if they don't want to be, that's okay too. Thank them for your time, for their time, and that's it. That's your market research done. Like that, and that's just basic essential market research. Okay, it is not the be-all and end-all of market research. It's just the basic essential market research. Now, when you're gonna go out, when you go out to talk to people, right? You need to be able to tell somebody what your core brand message is, and it should be something that comes on top of your sales message, of your brand, of your website, of your web pages, of your social media taglines, and all that. Your core brand message is made up of 4 simple things. And remember, I said that you will end up picking up at least 4 to 5 of your core of the questions. Here they are. Who you are. Who you are is very simple. That's your name. That's your identity in the physical shape. What you do is what you help people solve. Are you a doctor? You're an accountant? Are you a nurse? You don't just tell people, I am a nurse. No, because that doesn't tell me anything more about you, and it ends the conversation. It's a conversation stopper. Unless somebody just wants to have small talk about nursing, you're going to have that conversation done. But if you tell me, I am an orthopedic nurse, I help people who have had bone injuries or joint injuries get over their injuries and be able to mobilize better. I specifically work with elderly people who are above the age of 60, and I specialize in XYZ. So whatever you are, give people a little bit more in that direction. Now, I'm going to help you to get that core brand message in a very simple, very short message. So let's get on to who do you do it for. In that message that I shared with you, I just told you who I do it for. Elderly people over the age of 60 who are having mobility issues with their joints and bones, I help them. Or people who have had accidents and have had bone fractures or breaks, I help those people. Why and how do you help them? I've just told you how I do that. I am an orthopedic nurse. We do physiotherapy, we do counseling, we do surgeries and all that, So the person who comes to you knows what you do. Your core brand message is talking about your skills, your personal day-to-day work, how you help people move forward and grow, and how you serve them. Now here's how I do mine. Mine's very simple. I'm Syl Kalungi. I'm a business transformation strategist. I help ambitious marketers and new business owners organize their offerings, leverage social media to target the right people, and build a business that loves and serves your lifestyle. I can say that with my eyes closed. How about you? So remember, I said that whether you are a careerist, you are a corporate, or you are a business owner, or a minister, or a charity, you need to brand you. Because when you are before a panel, an interview panel, and they tell you to introduce yourself, and you just say, I'm Syl Kalungi, the next person who walks into that interview room and says, I'm Syl Kalungi, I'm a business transformation strategist, and I help ambitious marketers and new business owners organize your offerings, leverage social media to target the right people, and build a business that loves and serves your lifestyle. I've already taken the job away from you unless I plug everything after that. So when people tell you to introduce yourself, when you are meeting people for the first time, you give them a bit of a taste of who you are. And I'm telling you, it will stop people in their tracks and they'll want to talk to you a bit more. Or you will put them off if they lack self-confidence, if they are a negative people, if they are the kind of people that are envious and jealous. they'll look at you like, whoa, look at them showing it. But if they are the kind of people you are looking to connect with and hang out with, that right there will be your biggest first impression. And first impressions are very important. And they always say in the business space, there are no second chances. That first impression can make or break your ability to pull that person closer into your ecosystem and serve them from their place of need. All right. So what else do you need? Images. Because if you are going to show yourself in the social space, in the physical space, you don't need images. But in the digital space, you need images to represent you. Remember, we talked about color, your core values, you've interviewed people. So how else will you show up so people can relate to you? You use images. Now, I suggest you use royalty-free images. You don't want to be slapped by Google or any other UBM or Facebook or anyone that has any rights over the images that you are wanting to use that you did not create. You can find some free images in Pixlr or Pixabay. And again, like I said, if you choose to go deeper into branding, I have prepared a simple kind of quick course for you that will have a few extra resources, and I will give you an extra 10 places you can find royalty-free images that you can use in your banners, in your flyers, in your books, in your blogs, in your messages, in your posts on social media, and all that marketing material you put out for your business. So you will definitely need images. You will absolutely want to have an image conversion and creation tool. And I use Canva.com. You can use Pixelcart. Canva is great for banners too. Mrs. Sapong will tell you the truth about that. And I use a resource to actually reduce the size of those images so that they don't overpower my online resources. And like I said, for those of you that will choose to go deeper, I'm offering you this the video a video of this training I'm giving you, a download of the presentation so you don't have to scramble around trying to remember what I said, 2 extra videos that go deeper into branding, more resources that mostly are free so that you can go ahead and start to build your brand before you start to pay any money to anybody else. But for that you're going to commit to £10. £10. Really, 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 really cheap. Or should I take it to £20? I think it will be £20. Yes, £20. So, Customer Relations Manager, CRM, I recommend MailerLite. You can open a free account at kalungigroup.com/live. So, this whole offer is going to be £20, right? For £20, you're going to get everything plus the bonuses I've added and some more training on how you can brand you on social media. Social media being an amazing place that I've built my brand and got almost all my customers. So I don't know, some people say social media is evil. I say those people are seeking what's reflected inside of them. So you need a CRM or customer relations manager. And like I said, MailerLite is the product I recommend. You also may need landing pages or web page creators. Now this resource allows you to create single pages that you can connect into one, or just a single page. If all you want to do is show up on one page, you can create that. And I recommend lead pages. You can go check out lead pages in that resource. Lead pages. Again, you will receive this as a download if you subscribe at the bottom of the whole. And your mothership should be your website. Now, here's the deal. When you feel ill, you want to see a doctor. If you have accounts that need to be done, you want to speak to an accountant. When you want to have your hair done and it's done professionally, you go to a hairdresser. I suggest that if you're having a website build, go to a professional website builder, and I highly recommend K-Web Solutions. I'll tell you more about that. But in order to go to K-Web Solutions, you have to have some of these resources with you already, or we add them for you and we send you the bill. You need a domain. I use GoDaddy to purchase my domains. You can also use Namecheap. It's a domain service. You need web hosting where your domain will be hosted. I recommend SiteGround, and you can go check it out and get a discount because I recommend it at julescarpel.com/host. You need a content management system. I cannot speak about WordPress enough. I love that resource. It has allowed me to build websites like a pro, and it is great. It is updated regularly and it's very, very secure. You also will need, and that's it. That's all you need. Like I said, your website, you should go to julescalpoli.com/jweb for our offer to the people here in Christian Goddard. In fact, I'll change that. Go on to kalungigroup.com/web and you will find an offer just made just for you. kalungigroup.com/web for an offer made just for you today to build a website that's professionally made, optimized, SEO'd, looks the business, and is going to serve you if you use it. A lot of people get things created for them and then they don't use those things to serve people. If you're going to serve people and you truly know that you're going to use this resource as a tool and a pathway to help others and serve people from your highest self, I definitely suggest you go to kalungigroup.com/web for an offer created just for you here today. And by the way, it goes away in 48 hours. In 48 hours, when you go to that link, you will not find that it works for you. So the offer is valid for the next 48 hours, and then it goes back to our usual offer. For those of you that are looking for website maintenance, I highly suggest that you go to kalungigroup.com/maintain, and you will receive an offer that we put out to our web maintenance clients. We do maintain websites for people and help you make sure that your website is up to date. Remind you when you're due to do updates, to upgrade, to pay for the next resource, because some things are valid for a year, for 12 months, 6 months, whatever. So we remind you, we send you reminders so that you're not locked out of your online premium releases. So we help you maintain your site, and for that you can go to kalungigroup.com/maintain. There's a special offer for you. So for those of you that already have websites and you're always finding problems with your website, or it doesn't perform what it should be doing, it is not optimized, you have to give someone the whole name and they have to type it all in Google before they find you. That means your site is not optimized, and you can let us help you do that. We have a time period of 3 months. After that, you can move your business elsewhere, but at least you'll have got your website optimized and fully functioning properly for you. So let's look at the next thing that you need in order to get your brand out there into the digital space. There are many models that you can tap into as a digital person, as somebody who's serving people globally, because right now you are geo-locked. You can only serve people in Liverpool. But I know multitudes of people who have digital ministries, who are serving people in the digital world. I myself have a digital ministry. I call my business a ministry because I was called to teach. I wasn't a teacher when many of you first met me. I'm now a teacher and my ministry is online. So the model I use is coaching, and I'm a consultant as well. You could have affiliate products and services. I also do those because I recommend, along this teaching, I've actually recommended several products to you. There's software and app development. I don't do that. There's group training. There's membership and subscription programs. I have those for those of you that are digital, that are direct sellers and representatives in various programs where you need to team build. You can definitely access my Winning Entrepreneurs Den. That program will help you to grow your business and to help your team grow. It's a subscription program. There are digital downloads. I've just told you that I'll send you this as a download. See how you can actually use various digital growth models to build your brand and not have to wait for manna from heaven. It's already here. E-commerce and online stores. Many of you are selling stuff online, but you have no clue how to sell it. Many of the people I found at the business expo were selling similar products. They didn't know how to stand out, and most of them didn't have a clue how to leverage e-commerce and online stores to build the same to sell the stuff they have without having to chase the clients in various events. Charity and ministry is a growth model. Yes, it is. virtual assistants, freelancing, remote working, franchises, online evergreen training. I use that too. Ads networks, I use them too. Brand collaborations and sponsorships. Here I am collaborating with the Christian God House Ministry brand, physical products, fashion and beauty, you name it. Those are various ways you can create and build extra income or grow your brand online. And in my brand, we do a few of the ones I've just shared with you, and we have built a strong, solid brand that's gonna serve masses for years to come by the grace of God. All we know is we're gonna live till we're 90, and I will be that woman on that jet ski. I promise you that, because I believe, and all of you are believers. So there you go. So what else do you need? It's time to go and build that app. Remember, we started with Mount Ararat, and in order to get to Mount Ararat, you have to brand new. And so it's time to build that app to get you to Mount Ararat, because by the time you get to Mount Ararat, you'll have gone through your storm, you'll have gone through the rain, you'll have gone through the waiting, you'll have gone through the looking out and saying, am I really growing? Because all you'll see is just the same old sight. There is nothing out there. All I see is water. And you know what? One day you'll send out your dove and you'll come back with a green olive branch, telling you that your brand is literally, the water is going down and you are about to land where you are going to be planted to serve the masses. Your workplace, your career, your talent pool, your enterprise, your business, your ministry, your skill sets, etc. Until you brand you, you're no different from anyone else in those places. And that's why you don't stand out and you end up settling for where you are, for Mr. Right Now, for wherever it is you ended up in the job you didn't even go to school for. And that is not why you are here on this planet. So, I believe I have given you a full-bodied overview, way more than I would give a basic class in branding, and a whole lot more. I've invited you to take a deeper walk in your personal brand. And by the way, I've given you just the offer to give you this presentation and extra videos and resources. But if you are serious about actually building your brand, and you really want to know how you can leverage the social media and digital space, I have one-on-one coaching. I have the Ignite program and the Propel program. You can have a word with me after this training and after this presentation, and we can talk about how you and I can see whether I can help you further. For those of you that are indirect selling and team building, I've actually mentioned the mastermind I hold for you in the digital space, so you need to talk to me about that. For those of you that own websites or want websites built, I have offered you a resource and recommended where you can go find a professional website builder or maintenance service. So if you got value and learned one thing or 10 that you didn't know, head on to Facebook and follow me at fb.me/julisyl.kalungi. Follow me, send me a friend request, say something nice about what you just heard, make a comment, share your biggest takeaway in a post, what you hope to achieve from personal branding, pay it forward and open doors of abundance to you by tagging me. If you learned nothing at all, well, that's something too. And now I'm gonna ask you again, because after the last 40 minutes or so, I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes again. You are 90 years old. You're sitting by the beach. You're watching your grandies frolic on the beach. Your knees are not up to all that you're seeing. After all, you're not still 70. How do you feel? How do you feel? I hope you have just decided that you feel amazing, that you are worthy, that you are going to brand you and stand out in the workplace, in your brand, in your craft, in your business, in your ministry, in your career, whether you're doing vocation or you're building a charity, you're going to stand out and serve people from your higher self. Never ever stop dreaming. And remember to have irrational faith and build your arc to live that life that you wish for. And that's it, my friends. Passing this back to sorrow, you now can think about what else you need to build success in a focused, intentional way.